Alpha and Omega is basically about this pack of wolves, and the alphas are you know, alphas, which is kind of self explanatory, but they're the leaders and the dominance of the pack. And then the Omegas are the opposite, and which is the other character, Humphrey, is an Omega, and he's funny and he's goofy and doesn't have the same kind of responsibilities as the alphas do. And my character's an alpha. Her name's Kate, and it's basically a love story between two people who are opposites and told that they're not supposed to be together. Um, and opposites sometimes attract, and they fall in love, and they go on this big adventure. She's, the daughter of the pack leader. She's strong, tough. She's a hunter. She's a fighter, and she cares for family, and she takes her responsibility very seriously. It's their journey back home and how they have to, jump into rides and trains, and there's some great scenes where they're surfing on logs down this huge hill, and she basically learns to have fun and to loosen up because she's not in that same situation. And then they go home and they have to decide, what they really want to do. Justin Long plays the role of Humphrey, and it's a really fun, funny character. As I said, he's the opposite of who Kate is, and being stoic and responsible and strong for her pack and for the position that she's in. And he doesn't have to be in that position. He doesn't have those responsibilities, so he can goof around with his friends, and that's what he's all about. And Justin's perfect for this role because he's totally goofy and just riffs with the character, and it's great. It's the little things all the time. It's the way, it's always, voice, because you don't have your face to act for you. So it's all through the voice, and it's all through, you know, um, trying different things and making them goofier. Uh, it's a blast. It's a lot of fun.
It's about love and family and the love of family, the love of your mate, the love of your circle of friends, and it's sort of about overcoming whatever society wherever society places you, overcoming that hurdle, and kind of breaking free of the confines of your pack. Well, it's a very Romeo and Juliet situation. She has to marry Garth because it's part of the pack. It's what you do. It's the same reason, you're supposed to marry an alpha. That's just how it goes. Humphrey is he's very fun-loving. He's the jokester, kind of a rapscallion. He just loves life. He loves to drink it up like a milkshake. Um, he loves hanging with his friends, and he's just that sort of genial, fun-loving guy. A lot of the other characters, a lot of Marcel, I love some of the comedic characters in the movie. I think there's a nice spectrum of characters to entertain the kids out there. I'm really excited to see it all kind of come together and animated, and it's just been so much fun doing the voice. I can't wait. I can't wait to see it.
After we leave, it's someone taking that voice and making a cartoon an animation that you believe the character. So they're taking my voice and making something really special out of it. It seems that's the talented part here of this. Danny Glover brings great humanity to anything he does. He has great charm, and you can hear it, a little crinkle in his voice. It seems like he's always ready to burst into a smile if he isn't smiling already. And it's just a very positive, very good vibe. I think you have to equate it to like radio. And I unfortunately am old enough to remember I didn't see television until I was 13 years old, so I grew up on radio. And radio, you have a lot of imagination is involved in you're hearing these stories and like imagining them. And since there's no visuals at this point of the work, I'm just doing audio. It's very much like radio and creating a part for.
I'm Winston, and not only is he the leader of this pack, certainly being a leader has the characteristics of being a father. So even though he has daughters and a wife and everything, that he has to take on the leadership within the family itself and the leadership of his particular group or his community. So when I talk about leadership and making decisions that are decisions that impact not only yourself and your immediate family, there's a much extended parameter in which those relationships exist. There's a way in which I think that Kate, representing the next generation, is able to break boundaries, to some sense has a sense of independence in that sense. So she's in some sense she's a 21st century woman. One of the beautiful things about it is that you're only using your voice, so you don't have to use your body, and sometimes though the voice. I think of that. think of a situation if you have a child, or a grandchild in my case. In this case, and you're reading them a story, and you're playing all the different roles within the story. It's the same thing to some extent. You're playing and acting out using your voice. What I enjoy about within the framework, since we're taking line, you take scene, you could be silly. And I like being silly, when I'm in front of a microphone. You know what I'm saying? I like being silly. And so sometimes you give me an opportunity to be silly, I'll be silly. Funny, all that kind of stuff.
The two main characters are Kate, she's an alpha wolf, and Humphrey, he's an omega wolf. And their pack is sort of, they're losing territory and losing ground to this other wolf pack. And so in order to kind of bring the two packs together and, and fix everything, Kate is meant to marry Garth, who's like the lead alpha wolf in the other pack, but Humphrey, the omega wolf, is in love with Kate, and they end up being captured and being taken on like a relocation sort of thing to another state park. Lily's, kind of shyer, more of the, she's the omega wolf. So she's, shy and quiet and a little bit scared and naive. And, for me, that's something a little bit different. It has like a Romeo and Juliet kind of like the wrong people in love sort of thing. And people, love conquers all kind of moral to it. Ben Gluck and Anthony Bell are the directors of Alpha and Omega, and working with them has been great. Sort of, working with just your vocal performance is a little bit different than, working with your whole body and like a big group of actors and stuff. It's sort of just you and your voice, and that's all anyone's focused on and concentrated on. So, there's a lot of detailed direction and a lot of sort of what I call production designing and performance. And so that's been great, and they've been really great at sort of being on it and very good specific notes and everything.